Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Ah.
This is where we take your sources, dig through them, and pull out the key bits of knowledge so you don't have to. It's kind of a shortcut to getting really well informed.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we're diving into something pretty universal, actually. Full of emotion, traditions, even its own special language. Weddings.
That's right. And our aim today is really to help you feel comfortable, confident talking about weddings in English. We've got a great stack of sources here, vocabulary guides, discussions on cultural points, specifically Anglo culture.
Yeah, we want to make this genuinely useful and interesting for you.
Exactly.
So think of this as your essential guide for navigating wedding talk. Maybe you're going to one or see one in a movie or just chatting. This should get you ready.
Let's jump in.
Okay, so weddings.
Yeah.
At the very center of it all, who are the absolute key players?
Well, you absolutely need the two main people. First, obviously, the groom. That's the man getting married.
Right.
And then the bride. The woman who's about to be married. They're the stars of the show, you could say.
Makes sense. And the actual wedding day usually splits into two main sections, right? That feels like an important thing to grasp in English.
It really is, yeah. First up, you have the ceremony. That's the formal part. The official bit where the couple actually gets married, it might be more solemn, traditional.
Okay, the official part. And then
Completely distinct from that, you get the reception.
Ah, the reception.
Right.
That's the party afterwards. The food, the music, the dancing.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of lets loose.
That's the one. So ceremony first, then the reception party. Clear distinction.
Got it. Now, besides the bride and groom, there are some other really important people, sort of their main helpers.
Definitely. Closest friends or family usually step into these roles. For the bride, her number one support person is typically the maid of honor. Often her best friend, maybe a sister.
Is that just a title, or does she actually, do stuff? Is it just standing there looking nice?
Oh no, it's a real job. Our sources mention quite a bit, helping with the planning beforehand, being emotional support, sometimes handling logistics on the day itself, and very often giving a speech at the reception. She's like the bride's co-pilot through it all.
Okay, co-pilot. I like that.
And for the groom, there's the male equivalent, the best man. Same idea, that people, closest friend or brother, usually.
Right. Now, you mentioned something interesting from the sources about Canada, with the best man and maid of honor actually signing the license, like right there.
Yeah, that's a key point. In some places, like Canada, according to our sources, they have this really crucial official role. They sign the marriage license as witnesses.
So it's not just symbolic support, it's like legally binding.
Exactly. It grounds the marriage in that public community moment, right there in the ceremony context, often the church, which is quite different from other cultures where the legal stuff might happen totally separately, maybe at a registry office before or after.
Huh. So you could essentially get married twice in some places, once legally, once ceremonially.
Pretty much, yeah. It really shows different cultural takes on what constitutes the real marriage event. Is it the state's paperwork or the community ritual?
Fascinating. Okay, so beyond the maid of honor and best man, who else might we see in the ceremony?
Well, you often have bridesmaids. These are other female friends or family of the bride standing up there with her.
Okay.
And then you get the really cute roles. The flower girl, usually a little girl walking down the aisle, sometimes scattering petals.
Boy.
And the ring bearer, similar idea, a little boy carrying the wedding rings, usually on a little pillow or something.
Very sweet. Now, speaking of walking down the aisle, that word aisle, that's one that can trip people up, pronunciation-wise.
Oh, absolutely. Classic English silent letter trap. The aisle, it's that walkway, right? Between the seats in a church or venue, A-I-S-L-E, but you don't say the S's at all.
So it sounds just like...
Like I'll, as in I will. Walk down the aisle.
Got it. Aisle. Okay, so we've got the people, the main events. Let's shift gears a bit. How do people actually talk about weddings in everyday English? There are some common phrases, right, like tie the knot.
Yes. Tie the knot is super common. Very casual, friendly way to just say, get married. You'll hear it a lot.
Like, they've been dating forever, they're finally tying the knot next year.
Exactly. Or, my sister's tying the knot in Hawaii. It just sounds a bit more relaxed than getting married.
Okay, another phrase that popped up in the sources is, it's about time. How does that fit in?
It's about time. It means finally or at last, but it usually has this extra layer, this implication that, People been waiting for this. Maybe it feels a bit overdue.
Right, like you might use it for other things too. Dinner's finally ready. It's about time. I'm starving.
Precisely. Or if your friend finally gets a job after looking for ages, you got it. That's great. It's about time.
Or after a really long car ride. Are we nearly there? Yeah, 5 more minutes? Oh, it's about time.
Exactly. So in a wedding context, maybe someone's been engaged for years. Or perhaps, like in that funny example, living with their parents forever. Someone might say, he's finally tying the knot. Well, it's about time. It adds that sense of shared history or expectation.
Okay, and another word frequently used, especially around weddings, gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. It just means very beautiful, really attractive.
And it's quite flexible, isn't it? Not just for women.
Absolutely. That's a great point. It's totally unisex. You can say the bride looks gorgeous, the groom looks gorgeous. Even the venue or the cake could be described as gorgeous. It implies a kind of striking beauty, maybe a step above just pretty or handsome, perfect for weddings.
Good to know. Now, this next point, this is a grammar thing, but it's one our sources highlighted as a common mistake for English learners when talking about marriage.
Yes, this is a really important one. It's about the verb marry. In English, especially when talking about the act of getting married, you almost always need to use get with it.
So it's not, I want to marry him. It's
I want to get married to him. Or just, I want to get married.
great, and not we married last year.
No, it sounds much more natural to say we got married last year.
Or planning for the future. When I get married, I'll have a small wedding, not when I marry.
Exactly. Using get married is key for sounding natural in most contexts when talking about the event or the state of becoming married. It's a small word, get, but it makes a big difference.
Okay, that's a super useful tip. So we've got the roles, the events, the idioms, the grammar. How does this all sound in, like, a normal chat? Let's imagine two friends, say Sarah and Anna, talking about a wedding.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe like this. Sarah. Hey, Anna. Are you going to Lisa's wedding next month? Anna. Yes, of course. I wouldn't miss it. Can you believe she's finally tying the knot?
Here it is, tying the knot.
I know. I'm so excited. And guess what? She asked me to be her maid of honor.
Ah, the maid of honor role.
Anna. That's amazing. Wow. You must feel so special, Sarah.
I do. I just hope I don't, like, cry during my speech at the reception.
And the speech at the reception? Anna laughs slightly. Oh, don't worry. Everyone cries at weddings.
That little snippet really pulls it together. You hear tying the knot used naturally.
And Anna says, finally tying the knot. That word finally adds exactly that feeling we talked about. Like, maybe people were expecting this for a while.
Yeah, that nuance comes through. And then Sarah being the maid of honor and worrying about her speech at the reception, it touches on that cultural aspect too. Speeches are a big part of many receptions. Friends, family sharing thoughts, wishing the couple well.
Exactly. It shows how these terms just weave into everyday conversation about weddings.
So just to really nail this down for everyone listening, let's do some quick upgrades. How to sound a bit more natural. Instead of the basic, they are getting married.
You could definitely say they're tying the knot. Sounds a bit more fluent, maybe more casual.
Okay. Or instead of, she is the main bridesmaid.
Better to use the specific term, she's the maid of honor.
Right. And rather than, after the wedding, there is a party.
More naturally, the reception is after the ceremony. Using the specific terms really helps.
These little shifts can make a big difference, yeah.
Definitely.
Now, let's broaden out again to those cultural differences, because weddings vary so much, don't they? We mentioned the license signing in Canada happening right in the ceremony.
Yeah, and how that's different from places where you might have a separate civil legal marriage and then a religious or ceremonial one. That whole getting married twice idea.
It really makes you think about what different societies emphasize the legal contract versus the community celebration.
It does. And then you look further afield. Our sources brought up the example of Indian weddings, some lasting, 7 days?
7 days. That's incredible compared to the typical one-day Western wedding.
And it's not just partying for a week, right? Our sources suggest these are often really complex events, full of different rituals, ceremonies involving the whole family, the whole community. It's often much more about joining two families together than just the couple.
Which contrasts, maybe, with a lot of Western weddings that feel very focused on the individual couple's choice and their specific union.
Exactly. It just highlights the huge diversity. And it prompts you, doesn't it, to think about your own background. What are wedding traditions like where you grew up? What feels normal or unique to you?
Absolutely. Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground. Key vocabulary: bride, groom, maid of honor, best man, bridesmaids, flower girl, ring bearer.
The main events, the ceremony, the reception. Useful idioms like tie the knot, phrases like it's about time, descriptive words like gorgeous.
And that crucial grammar point, always remember, get married.
Don't forget the get. Plus, we touched on some really interesting cultural variations from signing licenses to week-long celebrations.
So we really hope this helps you feel more equipped. We'd encourage you to practice this language, talk about a wedding you went to, maybe imagine planning one using these phrases.
Yeah, don't worry about making mistakes. That's honestly the only way to really learn and get comfortable. Just give it a go.
Next time you hear someone's tying the knot, you'll know exactly what's going on and how to talk about it.
You'll be all set.
And maybe one final thought to leave you with, building on those cultural differences. When you see such vastly different ways people celebrate weddings around the world, from a quick signature to these massive multi-day community events, what do you think is the common thread? What fundamental human need or universal value are all these different forms of tying the knot really celebrating underneath it all? Something to think about.